In another life, under another sky, in a land of eternal twilight, I was Prince Kiri Amaranth. I never did like that title. My older brother took it much better. Under the authority of the Seelie Court of the Fae, I was raised to be a callous, apathetic creature, to find joy in my station and to find worth in superiority. I hated it. So I left and found myself among the unseelie Fae, in the lands guided by the Queen of Air and Darkness. It took me almost 100 years, but I finally found a home. Then the war came. I served my new people as a healer, as much as I could, anyway. But it wasn't enough. We lost. The Queen was sealed away, her armies banished, and that's how I found myself in Sanmaria. And for 15 years, all I wanted was to go home. Somehow, I got my wish. And I returned to a Feywild with no place left for me. I really did think that was it, but somehow, my friends from Sanmaria followed me across the Vale, and my dear, beloved Vesper somehow gave me the power to wake my queen. She's alive. And the strangest thing of all is that I don't think I want to go home anymore. During my absence, something killed an Archfey, and for all their wars, that is something the courts would themselves never dare to do. But the Whispered One and his mad Lich King are a problem too big to ignore, and so I won't. And I will pursue this calling to the ends of the earth if I have to. For myself, for all people, and for my queen.
I always wanted to be special, to prove I was more than just a simple halfling from a backwoods farming community. My life has been a laundry list of struggles, disappointments, and shortcomings. And worse yet is that my mother doesn't let me forget that she's keeping track of them all. My name's Devereaux Thistlebrook. My dad left me and my family behind in Featherton when I was really little. I never really understood why, but I always looked up to him. I dreamed of traveling the world like he does. So I left home nearly 2 years ago on a whim, hoping to get a whiff of adventure and experience new, exotic places, see mysterious sights, and feel like a true explorer, someone of legend. My travels so far have led me into ancient ruins, derelict fortresses, fey-touched swamps, and even ancient dragons' nests. I even ran into my dear old dad, Clark, along the way. Turns out I may be a bit more than ordinary after all. You see, my dad is a deva, a celestial being. More than that, he was kicked out of his celestial home by a god. A god, with a capital G. Some of his power and personality must have rubbed off on me, though, because I've discovered I have some magical aptitude. The feathers growing on my back just complicate things a bit. While I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, I do know that I want to learn more about my own heritage, all while doing more research on the Fae, elven legends, and all the other mysteries of the world. Someday, I'll make a real great discovery and be remembered for all of my accomplishments. Until then, I'm going to keep traveling with my friends so that I can finally prove I'm worth more than my mom thinks.
Good day. My name is Finley Marina Moncroy. I'm not sure why you'd care to know the details of my name. I don't think it's important who I was or where I came from, but more who I am and where I am now. So, let's start again. You may call me Finley, Finn if we become close, but we will not. I'm on a mission from the Raven Queen, and I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to tell you, but suffice it to say it's pretty important. Not because of names or stations, but because she saw something in me. I'm not about to question that, because now I finally have something to do that feels useful, and I get to be out on the road. You may question it, you would not be the first, but I do not particularly care. I enjoy a good book, a nice tea, and keeping up with the latest fashion. Do not look at me like that. It's possible to look nice and be useful at the same time. What else? What would make you feel as though you know Finley Moncroy? That I trained my horse Badger from when he was a foal? Perhaps that I started fundraising for war orphans while I was training with the other clerics? My favourite song is Save a Dance for Yanira. Sometimes I like to sit out among the stars and just think of what other worlds might be out there, what other planes might hold. Do you feel like we know each other now? No? How terribly surprising. I have hopes and dreams, same as anyone, but I am afraid I will need to get to know you a little better before I share such things.
Imagine a girl venturing in darkness to find ways to help people. Her love for others stronger than the fear of the unknown. And yet cast out by her family for being far too brave. What we fear isn't darkness itself, it's the monsters that lurk in it. Twist it. Defile it. We scorn and shun those wretches because of this dread, but by proxy, all who even touch the shadow. I ask you to put aside this fear and instead keep a watchful eye on those who seek to harm and rise against them. Especially those that lavish in the light, for there are monstrosities that don't need the gloom to do evil. Do not be afraid. Imagine being struck a mortal blow in battle, only to be given more time to be healed. Imagine a victim, the sole witness of a murder, pulled back from the veil to elucidate who must be brought to justice. Imagine a parent, a traveler killed on their way home, but granted the last gift to say goodbye to a mourning family before passing on. Imagine the girl who did nothing wrong, a girl who loves her son. Imagine the son, a son cursed, unafraid of the wilds, an echo of an infernal pact, an echo of light in the dark.
Welcome to the stream. This is 34? 33? Eva? 34. Thank you so much, ma'am. Session 34 of Death's Keepers. And I believe, Finley, my darling, you were going to take it away with the intro.
All right.
Or the recap. I'm so sorry. We already ran that.
I was. Let's just see here. Hello, dear listeners. If you don't mind me just sitting out in the middle of the forest, having a deep thought by myself, I'll tell you what happened last time. Not a whole lot, really. We forgot our accent for a moment. We had an uneventful evening in the Temple of Pelor. Depending on who you ask, full of religious contemplation, worship, bit of an early morning philosophical discussion between myself and Kiri, as one does. Over breakfast, we had some more deep thoughts about what's to come. We decided to head up to Wolfcrest, because who doesn't love Wolfcrest? For many reasons. On the way north, we parted ways with Niamh because Devereux, dear, sweet Devereux, suddenly remembered a bit of a skeleton army. hiding in the mountains that maybe we should investigate. Which is probably for the best because for some reason the Empire didn't take care of it. As we discovered, we found a very nice little cliffside, giving us a rather scenic view into this hidden valley that was full of the undead. So that's fine. Before we could really question intent or anything of that sort, a woman appeared behind us. And I would love to say that she had the best intentions. I would love to say that we banded together to defeat her. I would love to say that we learned a lot. I guess we did learn a lot about ourselves and each other and her. Does all this sound acceptably dramatic so far? Because, dear listeners, it's about to get a little bit better. Echo. Insidious, sweet-worded Echo seems to have known our new, I won't say companion, because she's not sticking around. Our new,
Friend?
I believe, our new friend. I believe the term is Lich Sovereign. They seem to have a bit of a relation already, and they seem to have a bit deeper of a connection than, you know, I personally might look for in a traveling companion and someone bent on killing the gods. That's just me, though. I understand. Perhaps I'm a bit biased. And admittedly, you know, he got himself a bit killed trying to stand up to her, so that's something. He's back. For now. Don't worry. He's alive. The rest of us managed to get out of there as well. Something big impassioned speech about, you know, where he's coming from and why we shouldn't perhaps be telling everyone why necromancy is apparently a good thing. I don't know. I sort of stalked off into the woods. That's where I left things. We'll see how that goes.
Thank you so much, Finley. We are going to pick up early evening. Cliffside in the White Cliffs. Here in this northern part of the continent, it is almost always winter. So even though it is halfway through the year, it is middle of the starlight moon, it is still blanketed in a 2 or 3 inches of snow at the least. The sun has started to set and chill is settling in. Devereaux and Kiri remain by the campfire. Echo and Finley have walked off. After some time, though, perhaps the two of you recognize the need to be near companions at this late hour. You hear the wolf howl in the distance. Who comes back to... Do you come back to camp, or would you... There's two options. There's many options. You can come back to camp separately. You can not. You can meet each other in the woods. You can... I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm coming back to camp, but staying at the edge of, kind of far. Good 30 or so feet away, just mainly to keep watch and, I don't know, collect thoughts while still letting Kiri, Devereaux, Finley, when she comes back, that I'm still here and that I'm not running.
Finley?
Finley will eventually start heading back towards camp. Assuming she can find her way.
Why don't you roll a survival check?
25.
Yeah, you find your way back. That would have been cool, though.
That's all she needs. And she would like to do before she gets into the camp, she would like to use locate creature on Echo.
You sense him.
Okay. If he's not in camp, she will rejoin Devereaux and Kiri.
Oh, I need to message you about something Eva really quick. While I'm doing this, Echo, you watch Finley come back into camp.
I really want to go over there, but Echo gets up from whatever tree's leaning up against and almost takes a step towards, but hesitates and sits back down, and instead pulls out one of his daggers and starts carving the bark off of a stick. Yeah, it's about this long, 5 or 6 inches. And he's gonna do that while watching, and keeping a lookout.
As you keep a lookout, Finley, there's a familiar sensation in your mind as you receive a sending spell. Its voice is very familiar to you. And Zytharia says, Finley, never give up on your faith, and your faith will never give up on you. I love you.
After a brief hesitation of surprise, Zai, I will. Why are you saying that? I don't like this. You're stronger than anyone I know. Please be safe. I love you.
And you hear no response after that. For those of you keeping up with all the other sessions, you might notice that Death Keepers is a little behind Fate's Chosen.
She's going to turn around and go back into the woods.
Oh god, great. Perfect timing.
Does anyone is Kiri or Devereaux kind of are you both asleep?
I'm not.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back and Finley left really suddenly.
She did?
Everything okay?
I think so.
No.
But
Um,
it's been a day.
Should I? Can one of you go check?
Yeah. I can try.
Thank you, Kiri.
Do I have a vague idea of which way Finley went?
Sure, she's got tracks left that she's left in the snow.
Sure. I will head off in that direction slowly, definitely trying to listen to see if I'm interrupting anything before I make myself known.
Are they? Finley?
She's not hiding. She's very distracted. Sending. Echo, you messed up my sendings, of course. She will try and send Zytharia another message. Sending.
What does it say?
Actually, no, that still works out. The first one is, where are you? Can we help you? Please be okay.
Unfortunately, you get no response.
And then she's just...
Nope. You first.
I was gonna say she's just gonna sit in the snow or on a log or something for a minute. 5.
I'll come up very slowly. Finley? You okay?
I'm worried, Kiri.
There's plenty to be worried about right now, I understand. For what that's worth.
Yes, I suppose. It's Zytaria though. I haven't heard from her in a while. Which is fine, you know. Sometimes she has things. But I got a bit of a message that worries me, and I don't know what to do with it.
What did she say?
Feels funny coming on our conversation from earlier, but she told me not to give up on my faith. And it won't give up on me. And that's not usually like her to just drop in with a heavy message such as that.
Yeah. Do you know what she was doing?
No, she was... GM, I think this is true. Finley's not lying if she doesn't know this, but...
She might have told you she was going to spend some time with Fate's Chosen.
That was my thought.
She was going to help them with something.
She was off with your other friends. The chosen crew or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose you've met them before, have you?
No.
Okay.
She always spoke highly of them.
I didn't know them for very long, but they seemed like good people.
Okay, the past tense there is a little worrying.
I
to
haven't
be
seen
honest.
them in a while.
Oh, okay.
We don't really keep in touch, but
I should probably stop running off when I'm upset. I don't know how to be upset in front of people. Unless I'm mad at them, which is easier, but it's harder when your heart's breaking, you know.
hello? Am I still here?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still here.
Can you give me 1 quick second? My internet's doing something weird and I think I know how to fix
Oh,
it.
no.
I'm sorry.
We will flash back to Echo and Devereaux at the awkward silence at camp.
Oh man, what a mess.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying what you said.
What did I say?
That essentially what I got was that not much has changed for you.
Oh, right, that. Yeah, of course. Well, why would it change? I mean, I'm still figuring out who you are. So,
I guess that's true. Finley didn't take it the same way.
yeah, look, I don't know what that's about, but everybody handles things differently. But I'm good.
Thanks, Dev. How do I fix this?
I look like at the campfire and then back to my other shoulder, see if anyone's there, and I'm just gonna like look back into your eyes and be like, "Are you asking me for relationship advice?"
Yeah. It's strange for me too. I don't know.
Well, Echo, first,
it's not like relationship.
well, no. I use the term in generalities. Like, I have a relationship with
Okay,
you.
good. I wanted
as
to
a
make that clear,
traveling
too.
companion. Yeah, no. I didn't think you were like a thing. No. I want to make sure I understand one thing first, though, because this might complicate things.
Okay.
Or maybe not. It'll complicate things, but it'll change the way I respond. That woman we met. She's not your mom, is she?
No, my mom is a sweet woman in the woods. The Lich Sovereign is ancient Massiere who used to practice necromancy back when it was very, very forbidden. I mean, it still is now, but imagine what it was like back then.
Well, I feel like I should probably point out that she still seems to be practicing it. So, secondly, okay, I just wanted to clear that up because, I mean, hey, there's all sorts of weird things in the world here, so no judgments from me either way.
I'm still trying to grasp it myself. And that's stone cold truth.
So, if you're wondering how to fix things, honestly, I think the best policy is, well, I just said it, honesty. I can't claim to be an expert on getting to know people. Heck, half my family doesn't even really like me, so I think the best thing you can do is open up. No tricks. No evasions.
You understand why
Everything.
that's going to be really hard for me. I've been hiding my whole life.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't get it, but I feel like the fact that it's difficult means that you know that it's the right thing to do.
You three have been the... Other than my own mother, you three are the three people I trust the most. And so I didn't know how to go about this, and so I'm gonna have to change it up, be more honest, be more transparent. I'm open to any questions, maybe later, but there's nothing I'd want more than to be here with you, all of you.
I believe that. I think if you work at it, Finley will come around. I just don't think it's going to happen tonight. So don't get too impatient.
Yeah. Oh man, what a mess.
Yeah. Hey, are you hungry?
I should be. We haven't eaten in a while.
Yeah.
I guess when the mind is full, kind of forget about the belly. But are you hungry? Is that why you bring that up? I'll try to find something more than just berries.
You just stay here. I'll go find something.
Okay.
And let them know if they come back.
Okay.
We go back to Finley and Kiri. Finley, do you remember the last thing you said before Alex cut out?
I might. Oh, that's exciting. I think it was, It's hard to be emotional in front of other people, especially when your heart is breaking. So, I know I shouldn't run off like this. I'm not usually out in the middle of the woods. I'm sorry.
Well, for what it's worth. No harm done. I would not say that I need an apology for that. If you don't feel comfortable dealing with this sort of thing in front of other people, then don't. You don't have to. You don't owe me anything. And unless your relationship with Echo is something far beyond what I'm aware of, I don't believe you owe him anything either. We are in the middle of the woods, and we did just have a somewhat harrowing encounter with something. So being within shouting distance would be appreciated, but if you need to deal with this yourself, then do it. And if you need help, if you want to talk to other people, I can't speak for the others, but I'm right here. And although I can't speak for them, Devereaux is a lot better at this sort of thing than maybe they present to be.
Thank you, Kiri. Are we staying here for the night, do you think?
Probably, give or take.
Do you think it's all right if I take first watch?
I think that would be just fine.
Okay. I'll come back in a minute.
Sure.
I promise.
All right. I'll see you there. I'll head back to camp.
She'll follow in like maybe 5 minutes. She's just gonna like scrub her face with some snow and chill out for a minute.
You eventually do head back. See, Echo is there with Devereaux.
Devereaux left to go shoot a turkey or something.
Oh, I lied. Devereaux has left. Devereaux, what are you doing?
I am taking an excursion for a twofold purpose. First, yes, we need something to eat, so I'm looking for food. But I'm trying to remember, how far away did we wind up going from the cliff's edge?
Where the hole in the ground is?
Yes.
Pretty far, maybe a 3 or 4 day walk.
Oh, gosh. All right, never mind.
Oh yeah, y'all are very far from it.
We went very far. All right, great. Perfect. Well, then I'm going to hunt something.
Okay.
Thought we were like a couple hours out.
No, it's pretty far. What would you like to bring back?
Well, anything is better than twigs and berries and bark.
You catch. Make a survival check for me.
I'd love to.
There were some shrooms in that last pile.
What kind of shrooms?
Eatable ones.
16.
You can catch about 4 or 5 rabbits.
Oh, good for me. Look
Yeah.
at that. Master Ranger. What is that? I think to some of my previous excursions with some other folks in the wilds that I've had, and I remember some of their training, and I catch a couple rabbits. You'd be so proud, and I will bring them back to camp with me. Well, Echo, these will go really well with your berries and nuts, and I hold out the rabbits that I have.
How long was Dev out there?
Maybe an hour or 2.
Okay, well, see, you were out there for an hour. This sack took me 10 minutes.
Yeah, you find a bush and it doesn't go anywhere.
Was it a prickly bush? Please
Maybe.
keep going.
I just kind of put the rabbits down. So, we can go ahead and start prepping them, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's time to make dinner.
It is an awkward dinner. A little quiet. Finley takes first watch. Finley, why don't you roll perception for me?
Well, it was a 1, but now we're at a 6.
It's a very quiet night. You don't hear very much. You find yourself wildly distracted.
I think she's probably just going through her jewelry bag. She always pulls everything out every night anyway. She has the sword with her, cleaning her warhammer, looking for beauty in the small things. Not thinking about much beyond the fire.
Your watch passes uneventfully. Who do you wake?
Echo's already up.
Kiri is in their trance. Devereaux is out.
So you're good for second watch then.
Yeah. Anything should know?
No.
It's not related to the watch either. So I ask anything I should know.
You think you have the right to ask me if there's anything you should know?
It's fair. It's not like I wanted. It's not like I wanted this to turn out the way it did. I didn't even know. I told you when we first met exactly what I'm about, why I'm out here. None of that has changed. What's so different now?
told you I understood about keeping secrets. I'm not even that mad at you. I'm more mad at myself. And she's trying really hard to not be loud about this, just for the record. I believed you, You found me at my absolute lowest. And I listened to you. And I thought there was hope where I didn't think there would ever be any again. I thought about what a friend would be. And I thought about trust, and I thought about taking chances. And it just... I don't know, Echo. This was a big secret. And it hurts.
I know. I thought you, of all people, would understand.
Finley's going to... Oh, sorry.
There's nothing more I wanted to do than to just get some of this off of my back. This couple nights ago was the first time I thought there was going to be someone that would help me carry this. And I'm sorry that you don't feel the same way.
Finley would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
I hear typing. I hear typing.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep talking while you do your typing?
Yeah, what does it look like?
What does Detect Evil and Good look like?
No, what is your spell? What is the, wait, it's a verbal and somatic.
Yep. She is going to just say be seen. And I think her eyes would probably darken and get a little bit starry for just a brief moment.
There are no aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 30 feet of you. Yeah, correct.
Out of curiosity, anything within 30 feet that's been magically consecrated or desecrated, just to round the whole thing out?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. That's not what I was looking for.
If I've been revivified, do I count as an undead?
No, you are not undead. Get out of here.
This would be an awful way to find that out. Why do I keep setting my own spell off? 3.
3.
All cards on the table, Echo. Most of my life, it's not the undead. It's not the devils that are the worst. It's the people. Because you trust them. And they do good things for terrible motivations. Evil can wear a kind face, a pretty face. And that's what I felt earlier. And it might not be your fault. But that's the sort of betrayal I felt.
We are so scared of things that lurk in the darkness. You know this. And you're right, there are those that bathe in light and use it to harm others. My mother taught me this. Sorry for betraying you that way. I try. I try so hard to keep that light. While venturing in this awful, awful darkness, this place. It's the easiest way to fight them. It's the easiest way but only when you're alone. And I don't want to be alone anymore. Not the same way that we have been.
I imagine at some point in the evening, the coin purse would have made its way to Finley. And she's going to throw it at Echo. Toss it. She's going to toss it to Echo.
Very aggressive.
Baseball pitch at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. The Ty Cobb of Samari. I don't know baseball. Then show me. I don't want your words. I want to believe.
I will disguise self and take the face of my mother. And you see someone that has similar facial structure as Echo, much older, much very weathered face, but the kindest eyes, the same color as the, you know, whatever, if the Massier have freaking
Green.
colored eyes. Green. Emerald, I don't know, green eyes, sure. This is Eliana Massier. She is my mother.
And Eva, Finley, you would see there is familial resemblance between. She looks almost eerily similar to the current Empress, but also quite similar to the Lich Sovereign that you met. Unmistakably related.
She raised me with only kindness. The way you're feeling now tells me that that I have failed her. Drop disguise self. I have a watch to take. And he'll pause a moment if you want to say anything else, but if there's nothing after, I don't know, 10 seconds of super mega awkward silence, he'll walk past you and do his watch.
She will wait a moment. Probably 11 seconds. And when you start to walk away, she'll just go to her bedroll, or however this camp situation is, and try to go to sleep.
I can make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
You hear distant howl of a wolf. And then another. And another. These sound deeper than ordinary. Make a nature check.
$11.
You're not quite sure why. Maybe they're just big fucking wolves.
Yeah. Oh man.
But they don't.
Oh, indeed.
They're not particularly concerningly close.
Okay, then in that case, I'll just very softly just go. And then when I feel is right, I'll walk back. Get the pre-approved Devereaux, or was it Devereaux or Kiri? Devereaux. To do third watch.
At that point, Kiri would also be coming out of their trance as well.
Oh, okay.
Since they only sleep for 4 hours. Trance for 4 hours.
There's some wolves. Not close. Not yet. I'm tired. Good night.
Okay.
Devereaux and Kiri?
I'll look at Kiri. Oh, are you taking this watch too?
Oh, I'm just done resting for the day. So.
Okay. Well, don't worry, I got this one. And
Alright.
I'll half groggily stumble out to the periphery of the camp.
I will
Oh.
permit Devereaux to lead this watch. However, could I help them on a perception check to just kind of shore up anything they might miss?
Sure, why don't you roll perception with advantage, Devereaux?
Okay. Come on, 2 low rolls. Come on, 2 low rolls. Yes! Halfling luck, I'll re-roll this one.
Ren,
Oh,
you
hey,
have
it's
the
another
worst
one.
fucking luck I have ever met in my life.
That is a 3 for 2.
It's a quiet watch.
You know, Echo said there were wolves, but I don't hear anything. Maybe they moved on.
Probably.
And I'll just spend my watch pacing around the exterior, like just beyond the fire's edge.
Nothing happens.
Return back to camp and sit near Kiri. Are watches always this boring?
Usually, though, that's a good thing.
Okay. So realistically, I could have just slept. Is that what you're saying?
This time, yes, but you never know when you could have just slept or when you would have needed to stay awake.
Okay. I mean, I kind of figured as much by the fact that you were waiting to respond, but...
I say no.
Do you... And I'll look to the 2 other companions at the campsite. Do you think the 2 of them are going to be okay?
If you mean, do I think that the 2 of them will be healthy and will survive the next few days? Yes. Do I think that they will be okay with respect to each other? Absolutely not. They have some things to work through.
Yeah. I don't know. Echo asked for some advice, but I don't know what I'm doing, so hopefully they work it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be a really awkward trip.
Yeah, and Finley has more than enough to deal with right now. Not even considering ancient Lich monarchs or how they might connect to Echo. So,
Right.
all of this is just extra, unfortunately.
You know, I don't think I've put any of this down in my notes yet. We've been traveling so hard. I'm going to take a moment and I'll pull out my stuff to start scribbling more.
You know, if we do make it out of this, that will make a great book. How many other people can claim to have made ancient undead empresses?
Well, that's a great question. I want to say maybe one person, but I really don't know, so...
Yeah, and how many of those people do you think are authors?
Probably none of them.
Exactly. Except for you.
Well, I don't know if I'd consider myself an author so much as I am a chronicler.
I confess I don't read enough to know the difference. But I think you're in a good position to write something, whether it's a chronicle or a novel.
I think you're right. And I will flip through the book to get to my current page. Would anything slip out of my pages?
They would. Actually.
Son of a... This was one of the best... The company that made this book is supposed to do the best bindings, and I'm already losing pages. Look at this. And I'll, like, reach over and pick up whatever slipped out.
What does it say, Eva?
Wait a minute. This isn't a
It's-
page, it's a note? I'll unfold it. Give me that note.
It says, Deverell, I'm not the best at these sorts of things, but I thought I should thank you properly for trying to rescue my things from the other day. Well, I know I said it, I really do appreciate you taking the time. We don't really know each other very well, but it does mean a lot that you tried to save what you knew was important to me. In the end, the novels are replaceable and my book can be rewritten, but you showed a kindness I hadn't expected to find. Thank you, Finley.
Huh. Just, thank you note. Wasn't that nice? I'll, fold it up and tuck it in the pages around where the fire was.
Dev, would you like it to stay there in those pages?
Yeah, but I can always transpose it.
Let me try something.
You-
If Dev will permit me, I will sort of reach my hand over the book, place one hand on top of theirs, and I would like to attempt to cast Mending to seal the note into the book.
Okay. Yeah. You watch. Definitely not what this spell is for, but I don't give a fuck. You watch as the bindings, the threads that make the bindings come up and weave themselves through this page, and it assembles into the actual book now.
Kiri, you should be a bookbinder. When this is all over,
Maybe
I
when
think-
this is all over.
you could make a killing.
Well,
Thank you.
I get the very, very strong impression that there's going to be a lot between now and when this is all over, but I'll keep that in mind.
Do you think I'm gonna need another journal?
Oh, I do. I really do.
Crap. Alright. Maybe I can find a tome when we get to Wolfcrest.
I should hope so.
And if there's nothing else for the rest of the evening, the sun does rise, as promised, each day. And Death Keepers, you are all awake. You get the benefits of a long night's rest, a full rest, long rest, whatever. What's this game? I should work here. What would y'all like to do? Keep making your way to Wolfcrest?
Yeah. Works for me.
Probably wise.
Is there anything that y'all would like to roleplay out on your way? Because Camille hates travel.
Oh, look, we're in Wolfcrest.
Hold on. Sorry, I was muted. The only thing Echo's gonna do is change, like anything of note, is change his glamour armor, his glamour, to remove any sort of glamour. It's just in its base form now. It's the navy blue and sort of copper accented thing in the artwork. Previously, I think it was winter style, like, winter camo. Yeah.
Okay. Wolfcrest comes before any of you can really realize it. It is a beautiful city, nestled on top of a massive cliff. If you were looking at Wolfcrest from the south, from a mile south, you would see a winding path upwards to the very peak of which is a keep, a massive castle at the very top. The city is very long and travels along the White Road, as this is where it ends at Castle Wolfcrest. Were you at Castle Wolfcrest, you could look over the side and see sheer drop, just like at the very tip of the White Cliffs. Sheer drop into frigid ocean. It is almost always winter here. Those of you who are familiar know that most of the people here make their money via logging or hunting or smithing. There's a lot of crafting done here. There are a lot of dwarves who live here, as you are, just across the ice from Winterhold, which is Icemeet, which is the continent where most of the dwarves reside. As you approach the city, you see that there are plenty of farmers tending to winter crops here. And you see that there is a dark stone wall that keeps the city in. The gates are open, so nobody is restricting the flow of traffic in or out. You are free to enter as you'd like. I would say it's midday at this point, so there is a hustle and bustle. Very strong lack of Crown's Guard. Lack of Imperial presence here. The city, Finley would recognize the feeling of a city that is very loyal to its people. It's almost not nationalist, but very sort of like a close-knit community. Not as much as Azmoran, well, although I will say you left before you could really see Azmoran become what it is today. But you do recognize that the people here are a little hesitant of strangers, not looking at you like they don't trust you, but just definitely taking note of the strangers.
So, I'll turn to everyone. Who do you think we talked to about the undead force that's sprouting up in the middle of the wilds near here?
I would like to talk to them at the Temple of the Raven Queen. I feel like they might also have a good idea of what to do there.
I can also look for a good inn or tavern and see what they know. Get us lodging.
Sounds like a good idea. Afraid I don't have many connections in this part of the world, so I'll be following your lead. Your being plural for both of you.
Do you want company at the temple? And he looks very nervous saying that.
Why do you have some praying to do?
I just thought it would be nothing. I was under the impression that we'd go see it together. But if you'd rather be alone, that's your thing.
You can carry my bag if you want.
Wordlessly takes Finley's bag.
Is the party splitting, or are you all going to the Temple of the Raven Queen? Kiri, Deborah?
I won't be.
You're not going?
I won't, no.
Okay. Would you and Kiri like to find a temple? Or find a tavern to stay in?
I'll go with Dev.
Okay.
Would y'all like to go tavern hunting? Or do you have other business in mind?
Well, I guess finding a place to stay first would be the very first thing we should do. And then we can worry about other business. Right, Kiri?
Right.
Okay.
Although I would also like to keep an eye out for God, I don't even know. Any temples of Avandra maybe, or
Avandra?
any magic shops, or specifically anywhere I think might be a decent place to commission somebody to cast the sending spell.
Ah. Okay. There are a lot of temples here. This is a quite a holy city. So you could find temples of Avandra, of Ioun, of Moradin, Rathis, Melora, pretty much any deity that speaks to you. There are even some of Coralon and Sehanine.
Mm-hmm. I will keep a note of the temple to Avandra specifically.
Okay. The temple to Avandra is sort of like an open marketplace, similar to how it was in... Where were y'all?
Rashar?
Rashar. It's a large building with stalls set up and some tents of people like staying there, travelers, vagabonds. Very almost like hippie like. There's people playing music all around. There are also several apothecaries, and you hear if you are looking for a magic shop, there was one famous one called Gil and Malamir's, but it unfortunately burned down. That wasn't y'all's fault this time. However, there is another one, and what is it going to be called, Kappa?
Icarus Grasp.
Icarus Grasp.
Hey.
I've learned my lesson about asking Eva for names.
I had one ready this time. That's not fair.
Good to know. So yes, there is a magic item shop where you could commission, essentially speak to somebody about doing that as well. Devereaux and Kiri, what kind of tavern are you looking for? Are you looking for sort of less expensive, moderately expensive, or very expensive.
I feel like moderately is okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like Devereaux cares more than I do, so I will defer to them.
You can find something that's moderately in the moderate area. What is it called, Eva?
Inn?
Yeah.
The inn?
The inn at the cliff. Sorry, I was making sure I heard the right thing. The inn at Cliffside, but it's nowhere near the cliffside. It's just like in the middle of town.
The inn at Cliffside. Also just called Cliffside.
Is the owner's name Cliff?
Yes.
Cliffside?
Don't ever speak to me again.
Oh. They spell the name Kliph.
No. Wow, I hate y'all. Okay. It is time for our midstream break. When we come back, we will see what Finley and Echo are getting into. Everybody please get up and stretch, pet your pets, get some water. We will be right back.
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wonder what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmarin. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi. My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devin Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. And give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane and they're riding away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
And we are back. Welcome back to the second half of Death Keepers I Have Eaten. Feeling a lot better. Oof. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Okay. Death Keepers have found themselves in the city of Wolfcrest, nicknamed Everwinter. Fun fact, that's what it used to be called until I changed it because it sounded too much like Neverwinter, which is Forgotten Realms. Hey. The party has split, with Kiri and Devereaux running some errands, finding a tavern called the Inn at Cliffside, while Finley and Echo search out the Temple of the Raven Queen. Finley, you know where it is. Would you like to say you have been here before, or you have not been here before?
I think we established that she has been.
That's right. We already said that.
It's fine.
The Temple of the Raven Queen here in Wolfcrest is massive. It is the second largest Raven Queen temple in Sid Meieria. That is because, part of the reason because the current ruler of Wolfcrest, Adelaide Wolfwood, is a devout worshipper of the Raven Queen. This temple stands almost as tall as the castle, and it is very close to the castle. It's sort of a long walk for Echo and Finley together. It is a beautiful building made of dark stone with several stained glass windows, raises in several towers in several places. It's sprawling, it's massive, it's gorgeous, reverent. You approach and you notice, Echo, several, probably dozens of people around, most of them wearing dark clothes. However, there are some who walk about in plain colored clothes too. It's not as though there is a prescribed garb here. Several worshippers come in and out. The main entrance leads you to a place of worship, which is sort of like the regular part of the temple that you would find most places. It is pews, and there is a beautiful statue to the Raven Queen, an altar to pray at. There is, at the very front of the altar, a place where you can see, currently there is a coffin, and it is open. There is currently a viewing for someone who has been recently deceased. And people come in and out and will approach the body, say a few words, and walk away. However, this is not the only thing going on, so if you enter, you are not intruding. There are several hallways leading out of this main room, which, lead to libraries and the City of the Dead, which is the graveyard of Wolfcrest. There are several tunnels down to the crypts where those who are more well off are buried. There are massive libraries and essentially, I don't want to say a museum, but a viewing area of artifacts found for the Raven Queen. Echo, you notice that as soon as Finley arrives, she is noticed immediately and well received. Finley, a rush of 3 young clerics come at you, sort of almost in an assault. They are so thrilled to see your presence and are stammering over themselves. They are 3 young humans. Oh my gosh, Finley, where have you been? Where's Zytharia? We haven't heard from her. Finley, this is actually Zytharia's home temple. She is the high priestess of this temple.
Ah, hello. She's gone off. You know how she does. She'll be back. I'm sure soon.
Well, where have you been? What have you been? How's your duty? How's your assignment? Are you how's the outside world?
It's cold. You know, I would love very much to stay and have a bit of a chat. I assume I would know the name of someone artifact oriented.
Sure.
In a position not of a acolyte.
Definitely. That would be Verona? Greengrave.
Do you perhaps know where Verona might be? Is there a title? I feel like I'd probably use a title.
Priestess Verona.
Do you know where Priestess Verona might be right about now?
Oh, she's in the archives. We could take you. Not that you don't know the way.
Go ahead then.
Okay. They all 3, like, as if they are one sort of large Greek chorus, sort of band together and begin walking you towards, kind of fawning over themselves and you, and they give you a few glances, Echo, and you get some furtive looks and some whispers, and they sort of, it's not that they are ignoring you or anything, but they seem very overwhelmed by Finley's presence.
Just smile politely, sort of nod if anyone is and just pointing at me or indicate, you know how you do. And we'll be following Finley at a respectful distance, not quite melee range. I don't know.
You gotta specify like that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Fair. They take the both of you back through one of these hallways, past the massive library that I mentioned, into what is called the archives, which is where it started out, as Finley would know, a place to keep ancient scrolls and written works, but soon became a place where artifacts were kept. And this is Priestess Priestess... Fuck, what did I name her? Verona. And then Mare wants to name someone Rowena. Fuck, I'm never gonna keep these names straight. My mouth hurts. Okay.
She has a twin.
She's a twin. Verona and Rowena. Fuck me. They take you back to the archives, where you are greeted as an old friend by a much older tiefling. This tiefling is maybe in her 70s or 80s. She's quite old. She has very sort of like flesh-colored skin, like a regular human might in these parts. But she does have large horns that come down and point out. And you'd also notice she has hooves instead of feet. No tail. Oh, dear Finley, how are you?
Hello.
You look look weary. Who's your friend? Oh, the three of you. Scoot, get on out of here. I need to speak to Finley. Begone! The three acolytes sort of fall over themselves again and skedaddle. Kindly fuck off. This hooved lady sort of approaches very slowly, gently. Convert? Or just a friend?
Not necessarily a convert. Hello, my name is Echo. I'm
Echo. What a
here
great
with
tiefling name. I admire it. Well done.
I will extend a hand out. Standard greeting.
She will take it. You'll notice she only has 4 fingers. So a thumb and three fingers. Very unique looking tiefling.
Mm-hmm. And your temple, it's grand.
Oh yes, well, we do what we can here. Finley, what have you brought me, darling? I take it. What?
Oh, she's going to like hold her hand out. Words are hard. For the bag. Place.
Oh, is this? Okay. She'll take the bag. Is it the bag of holding?
Yes.
Should I just dump it all out then? No, I don't know what you've brought me, dear.
Oh, she would reach out for the bag from Echo for herself.
I got you.
And then set things, assuming
I
he gives it
understand
to her.
now. I hear you. Yes. Go on, darling.
On the table. All the like lesser relics and accoutrements, not the listed things, but we found a bit of a stash from the Whispered One's followers, and I thought they should come home.
Dear me, these are magnificent. Huh. Can you paste me what I sent you? Cause I don't know.
So she's keeping the like named things. You said that there was like an assortment of other things that like weren't named, like I think chalice and like just stuff.
Dear, this will make a fine addition. Oh, just wait until Zedari sees these. She's going to love them, I'm sure.
I'm sure. You haven't heard from her lately, have you?
No, not in some time, maybe 2 weeks, perhaps, but she's always coming and going. She always comes back to us.
She does at that. There's another thing I think that we should talk to you about, if you've got time for some advice.
Certainly. Is this about your mission?
Not directly.
Okay.
Echo.
Tiefling man. But the beautiful name. Yes, speak. Any day now, come on.
We have some pretty dire things to tell you.
Well, I'm not getting any younger, so out with it.
Okay. Over, and I'll describe the geography and how long it took to get to here from there. There is something very serious, a large force. Are you familiar with the ancient Masier Zandaria? The one
Juan
that
Maul's wife, yes.
she disappeared into history.
That she did.
And for good reason. She has been amassing an army.
Well, this was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It's been generations. She would be... Not to mention, she and her husband were already quite old whenever their reign came to an end. A couple hundred years, which is considerable for humans.
Yes, and so
That would make her nearly 500 or 600 years old at this point. Maybe 7, 8? Oh, math is hard.
yes, and she's found a way to make that not a factor, a non-issue.
Are you trying to tell me that the Queen Zandaria, the woman for which the capital is named, has found a way to extend her life beyond that of a mortal?
Yes. How she did it is not the issue here. The issue, the reason why we're here, is to let anyone know that there is a force. I don't know what she's planning, but it's not good.
A force. You're going to have to be more specific, young man.
Thousands. Thousands? Hundreds of thousands. I don't know. I forgot. It's been a whole week.
Thousands, yeah.
Tens of thousands of undead. From what I understand, this is an affront to the Raven Queen, yes? She is trying to destroy gods. And this army is just one piece.
Let me get this straight. She has created an army of undead, is she? I'm afraid the manner in which she has prolonged her life is important. Did she display signs of vampirism, lichdom?
As far as I can tell, lichdom.
Lichdom, that's very important.
You said she was very old, her and her husband. This
Very powerful
was-
couple.
We saw her in her youth, in her prime. If that helps any sort of identification, any sort of understanding of how she did it, and if we knew how, maybe there's any way that we could figure out to reverse it.
You want to reverse her lichdom?
What she's planning is not in the interest of us here in the living realm. So yes.
This is very serious, what you've brought to me today.
It can't wait. I wish
And you are
this
saying
could have
she's
been.
trying to take down gods as if she has that power. That is remarkable. That is a dangerous accusation. With terrible implications.
Part of our conversation in Honleith before we left was Kiri saying that this had already worked on one of the upper fae, right? Or is that
That
out
the
of
Mad
character
King
at all?
has killed. I think Alex, can you confirm that?
I was pretty sure that was.
I do believe I mentioned that an Archfey was killed.
Yes.
I don't think I mentioned that he's now not technically dead. That's a whole other story, but I mentioned that an Archfey was killed. Yeah.
Yes.
The Yeah.
Finley will just add briefly that gods or no, she's already started, we believe, trying to perfect the process.
Killing an archfey is one thing. Mortals can do that. But killing a god?
There seems to be sort of an instruction book.
This is
You
very
heard-
puzzling. Finley, why don't you write up a report? I hate to be so dreary and dull, but I think it would help us all clear what is going on now. What is happening? What really the heart of the matter is. That way we can bring it to the priests and priestesses.
I will do that.
And when the Grand Mistress returns from the trial in Asmarin, we can speak to her too.
A trial, is that what she's doing?
Yes, it's my understanding. Let's see if I can remember. There's a trial of one of the noble families. If I can remember the name. The young man on trial is one of Zytharia's friends. It's my assumption. The trial is set for 2 days from now, I believe, but...
Is the last name Montcroy?
No, I don't think so. I would have remembered that, Finley. I think so. It's something Bringer. Dawnbringer, perhaps. Nope, that's not right. The Paloric one, you know? He's accused of necromancy.
A shame.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Actually, your dungeon master misspoke. The trial is in 5 or 6 days from now. It's fine. Timelines, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey things. It's fine.
It's the cold, it just gets in there and
It
just like
does.
freezes your
I'm
brain.
an old lady. I'm
fine.
sick of this shit. Honestly, I'm tired. Just waiting for the Raven Queen to call me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. What not? You know how it is when you're young. You don't know how it is yet. But regardless,
I have no
Yes.
idea.
the trial is going to be carried out within about, we'll say, 6 days. What is it today? The 25th of something? Oh, sure, yes.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about the trial. It's none of my concern.
Zytharia is scheduled to be there, so I thought you might.
Well, okay. Are you saying we should go to Asmarin? Because
No,
we
not
sort
at
of
all.
have a skeleton army. You know, the courts are sort of one thing. I trust that they probably know what they're doing. But I'm happy that she'll be back probably in timey-wimey, little over a week. I don't know how long it takes
Just
to get from there to
write
here, so it's
up
fine.
your... Zytharia can get here whenever she wants. She's got a teleportation thing, spell, what not. I don't know.
Well, I'm well aware. Anyway,
I'm sure you
let's
are.
head out, and I will drop off the reports probably tomorrow after I've had a bit of a think on it.
Very well, very well. And how is your task? Coming?
It's fine. It's good. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Right here. I haven't lost it. It's just...
Very good, very good. Alright, well, on with you two. I have very important work to do. Unless there's anything else, Finley?
No. No, I think, Echo, we should be going.
Yeah. Thank you, Verona, for listening. I hope there are other circumstances where we can meet again.
Very well. The The two of you are able to leave the Temple of the Raven Queen and reunite with your friends. Devereaux and Kiri, is there anything else you'd like to accomplish while you wait for Finley and Echo to come back?
I have a little bit of shopping to do. I DM'd you about that.
Okay, you can find what you want to find. Mark a gold piece off of your inventory.
I looked it up on D&D Beyond. It is 10 gold pieces.
Mark 10 gold pieces off of your inventory.
Mark
Alex,
that
I love
off.
you.
I put it on the inventory. I put it on the inventory.
Good. That's important.
I want. I want to address that today if possible.
Devereaux.
I didn't know we were gonna message you shopping. I can do that if you want to do whatever Alex is doing.
Or you can tell me out loud. It's up to you, sweetie.
No!
Okay. Okay. Let me change my music for that. Hold on. Finley, would you, do you tell... I'm assuming there's going to be some communication between the split parties about where y'all are.
I imagine before we left, we would have...
Yep.
You would have?
We would have meowed.
Finley can't come to the phone right now. She's just cat right now. Probably would have, before we split up, mentioned some sort of time and location to meet. But, I mean, also could check in with ascending, I suppose.
What do you say to Kiri? I'm here for this. This is the content that people are here for. Yes, Finley? It's fine. Just keep going.
Is this what we're doing now?
Mm-hmm.
So 25 words. It's fine. She would probably, when they are done at the temple, leaving, she would ask where have you found an inn done here, and if you've time later you can bind more than my books, if you know what I mean.
What is your response, Kiri?
Okay, so yes, we have 4 rooms. Can we say 4 rooms, 1 for each at the inn? Yeah. We have 4 rooms at the inn at Cliffside, which is not by the cliffside. Check the center of town. And I'll be by tonight. I have a couple of things I wanted to ask you. And for my part, I would like to, once I'm in my room, I would like to empty my pack of all the things except for the thing I bought today.
Sure. You have your package that was wrapped, essentially. And Finley and Echo, you are able to come to the inn at Cliffside. The inn at Cliffside, who would like to describe it?
Look at at Kappa being unmuted
Look at
and
Kappa.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The inn at Cliffside is very tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tall. As you walk in, the sort of the tavern part of it takes up the entire first floor, but if you look up, you can see balconies overlooking, going all the way up. There are
Within
supports.
or outside?
Excuse me, what?
The balconies are looking in or they're looking out?
Looking in.
Perfect.
It's like an embassy suites. Yeah. But you can see that various rafters of different ages of wood have been constructed. You know, as people seem to figure out, oh yeah, no, we need to put support on this wall and this wall, and you'd expect it to have like hella cobwebs, but you can see that it's very well kept, very well cleaned. The tavern part has a little tiny stage, the back corner for bards. They choose to come in and perform, but it's modest.
Here you find Devereaux and Kiri waiting for you with your keys. All 4 of your rooms are together. Because this is Dungeons and Dragons and it's in our imaginations, and why the fuck not?
When you say all 4 of the rooms are together, you mean they're all near each other?
Near each other,
Okay.
yes.
Sure. Yeah.
They take up the entire second floor.
That they do. They're pretty spacious suites. Double to queen size beds ish. They don't have those exact sizes. With just a simple wash basin, a couch in each, and a balcony overlooking the inside and a window looking at the outside. Duchess size. Thank you, KMC. It's about, maybe late afternoon. If we'd like to move forward to the evening.
I have nothing going on.
Devereaux, did you message me your shopping list?
Not yet.
Okay.
Is there anyone that we might be able to alert other than the temple? I know we wanted to tell more than just the Empire, so.
That was my best guess. And apparently the Empire already knew. And here we are, so.
Kappa, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to join in on sending letters and shit. Because that's what DK does, apparently. There's so many letters being sent back and forth. No, I think what Echo is going to do is just talk to whatever bar attendee is available.
There
and
is
see
a
if-
bartender, yeah.
Yeah, and see if he can ascertain if there's any sort of authority that can be told.
Ascertain if there's any what that can be told?
Any authority that can be trusted with this information that would actually do some shit about it.
After they sort of kind of... I don't think you'd tell them the whole story. I think it's more of like, if there was a bunch of undead up north, what would you do? Where would I go?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
They tell you to tell the Grand Mistress and to tell the Temple of the Raven Queen.
Great. Cool. You've been such a great help. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I will get right on that.
Finley would like to, at some point, stop by the stable and just empty her sugary pockets and give anything left in them to Badger.
Easy enough. I'm just looking up the costs of Ren's requests. As the four of you busy about what things you would like to do in town, I need everybody to make a perception check for me.
Also 15.
Hey.
16.
Also 15.
Okay.
Solid.
I love all of you.
Also. I will say that what the most of you notice is that Wolfcrest is bustling, seems to be thriving. People seem to be satisfied. Kappa, you would note. Echo, you would notice a lot of Thieves' Cant has been erased recently. Like, with that, I wouldn't say you would know who erased it, but you notice that a lot of places where you remember there being Thieves' Cant, there is not anymore.
Okay. If it's all been scrubbed.
Not all of it, just a lot of it.
Then in that case, no, this will be like a next session thing.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be, just to let you know, I'm gonna be doing something with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if there's no need for Echo's gonna retire to his room and start. Oh fuck! I don't have paper.
You can have some paper, Echo.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you would buy a journal and start drafting a letter. Hey, Mom. Crosses it out. Dearest Mother. Crosses that out. Mom. Okay. I know you taught me how to do letters and keep my penmanship up and upkept and all that stuff. It feels weird writing specifically to you. He's going to leave it like that for now while he thinks about what he wants to tell her.
Very good. Devereaux, you are able to find the things that you want in your search. I asked you can find everything except for the question I asked you in return.
Okay. Beautiful. Great. I'm gonna knock on Finley's door.
Okay.
At the inn.
Yeah.
At some point.
Probably has a heavy wooden sound.
I'm not knocking physically because my dogs will go crazy.
No, that's. I was like, you just said you were knocking. All right, she'll answer, probably. fine.
Probably. I mean,
She's
is
a
it
mess. Okay. Yes, she'll answer the door.
is it a good time? Should I come back
Good time for what?
to
That's
to talk?
sure.
All right, maybe not talk, but I got something for you while I was out. And I'll just pull out from behind my back a blank book. Well, half of yours are half burnt, so I figured you might want a fresh one. And I'll also pop out from my belt a little vial of ink and say, well, you can't have a book without fresh ink too. So I thought you might like these. Maybe. If you want, I can take them back and give them to you tomorrow or what, but I thought maybe they'd be helpful.
Thank you, Devereaux. I'm not sure why you'd wait till tomorrow. It's not my birthday. Thank you. I will put these to good use. And
I know you will.
try not to burn them.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really wanted to do. I mean, I said talk, but I guess really it was more just I wanted to give you something, so I'll just leave now.
Okay. Perhaps we can exchange books again soon.
Yeah.
Once I've, written a bit more down.
Sounds like a plan. Well, have a good night, and I'll turn to leave.
Devereaux, roll a perception check for me really quick. Actually, what's your passive? I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep having. What's your passive?
Why you got to do that to me?
It's
I got a 9.
Okay.
The only other thing I'd want to do is write another letter to Gert,
Yeah.
and that's yeah.
Do you want to message it to me? Or do you want to read it out loud?
I can give the gist of it.
Okay.
So I'd return to my room and prop up in bed with a piece of paper and start scribbling. To Gertrude. I hope this missive finds you well. It's been a little while, and I've been busy, very busy. All things considered, I am in good shape. Kiri is healthy and hale, and we have met 2 new companions who are acclimating to life as a traveling party. I hope things are going well. I regret that I'm writing to ask you a favor. But something unsettling has happened in the last few days. And you're the only person I can think of that I can turn to with this request. I need someone to contact my dad. And I know you're someone who's met him before. And I know you're quite handy. You can improvise something, right? I have reason to think he might be in trouble. I just want to see how he's doing. If you could do me this boon, I would greatly appreciate it. And hopefully the next letter I send you will have something to benefit your business enterprises. Lovingly yours, Devereaux.
It's just a few silver to send it. You know it'll get there in about a day or two. Kiri, what are you doing?
I am pretty much waiting until at least 10, 12 at night to initiate a conversation. I'm meaning to have.
Where does this conversation take place?
I would like to go to Finley's door and give a quick knock. Finley. It's me, Kiri. Do you have a moment?
Oh, I do. What can I do for you?
Do you open the door, or are you having this conversation through the door?
No, I would open the door.
Okay.
I have 2 questions to ask you, and first, do you mind if I ask the bad one first?
I'm intrigued. Go ahead. Do you want to have this conversation in the doorway, or would you like to come in?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Oh, enter.
She'll let them in.
Finley, how familiar would you have to be with somebody to cast the sending spell to them?
Well, I don't know. I think I just need to have an idea of who they are, have met them. It's not something I've really experimented with a lot, like just sending random people on the street,
If you were in the same room with somebody and you watched them have a conversation with somebody else, do you think you could contact that person?
I think so. I'm sure it's probably worth a try. Is there someone you've got in mind?
Well, I will let you determine if this is worth a try, but would you be able to contact the person we met in the cave the other day, Shade?
I thought you were going to mention that crazy bitch on the hill. Okay, so Shade, also a bit, whew. Okay. Why?
Because the lich thing that we saw was in possession of the book that Echo is searching for, which to my knowledge was last left in the possession of the Silence. So if they've lost this thing, I would like to know that. And if they haven't lost this thing, I would also like to know that, because that means there are duplicates. I want to know what's going on. And when we were talking, Shade did extend somewhat of an offer to join them. So hopefully they're not entirely disagreeable to just a conversation.
Hey, yeah, I do sort of hate it, but it is a really good idea.
Well, I'm not sure I'd be willing to call it a good idea yet until we try it, but it is an idea.
Well, it's a good question anyway. I mean, it's very important to know if there's going to be more than one of these things floating around.
Yeah. Do you think you could manage that? To contact that person?
I do.
Right.
I think. What would you want to say?
I'd like to ask that person when we could meet here in Wolfcrest. We could meet anonymously, and I could go unarmed.
They do strike me as a bit of a city person. Why don't you find me a location?
All right.
And if you want me to send it now, it's a bit late at night. Love to wake people up with random messages, but why don't we find a good spot first? Unless you found one earlier.
I can't say I did, but that does sound like a plan. Now, I have another question.
After that, I can't wait to see what it is.
Did you hear Devereaux and me talking this morning at camp?
I hate to say it, I'm a bit of a light sleeper. And sometimes I eavesdrop. I'm not really that sorry about that.
Oh, you shouldn't be. If I need to have a private conversation, I'll definitely try harder than that. But, I suppose I just wanted to ask what you meant by the sending that I got in the middle of the day, because... Well, Finley, being very blunt, I'm almost 200 years old. I will, in all likelihood, still be young by the time you pass from old age. So, bindings aside, I would just like to ask what exactly you meant by the message I got. Just so we're on the same page.
Lives are short, Kiri. Whether it's 20 years, 80 years, 1,000 years, they're short one way or another. And sometimes we take the joy that we can get where we can get it. And sometimes I get a bit cheeky, and sometimes I get a bit forward. And if I overstepped earlier, I apologize. But I wouldn't mind spending some joy with you.
I don't think I would mind that either. And what I would like to do is I would like to say I've brought my pack to this, and I would like to take the only thing that I brought in here, which is 50 feet of silk rope, and I would like to request a fade to black.
I would like to honor that request joyfully, please. Those of you who choose may get the benefits of a nice full of a long rest.
He does not get the benefit. Yes.
Death's Keepers, you find yourselves in Wolfcrest. We're gonna have a bit of downtime here. I have a particular note I would like to end on, but it's not going to take place until about 5 days after you arrive. Can anybody think of anything imminent that they would like to happen in the next 5 days?
That message to Shade, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would like to find a place, probably the very next day, and then get that message sent within 24 hours or so.
What is the message?
I'll leave the exact wording up to Finley, because they're the one who actually has to cast the spell. But broadly, it would be something along the lines of, when can you meet at X location in Wolfcrest? Or could you meet? I guess I shouldn't assume that they want to do this at all, given our last interaction.
You mean the beatdown you put on them?
Yeah, that is exactly what I mean.
Hey, Shade, it's Finley.
God damn it.
Hello. I can't. They would know it was coming from me, though, right? Like, that's how sendings work, is you know the person that's sending it. Yeah. Hello. Thinking about your offer. Want to talk. Could you meet X location? Wibbly wobbly amount of words. At X time in the next X days. I mean, I can't remember how long it takes to get from, like, Cave to Wolfcrest, so I'm willing to give them some travel time. Probably 5 days.
It's not immediate, the response, but you do get one. I can meet you. I'll be there. That's what you get.
Kiri, good news. We get to see how bad things really are in however many days your time. Shade has agreed to meet.
Now all we have to do is pitch this to Devereaux and Echo. Which will be a joy in and of itself.
I feel like letting them know before it actually happens is probably the best plan.
Probably. So at some point I would like to sort of catch Devereaux and Echo.
Easy enough.
Devereaux, Echo, I have had a terrible idea that for some reason I have decided to act on, and well, here we are. I asked Finley to message Shade, the person we met in the cave, who lit the inn on fire in Honleith, because the Lich that we met was in possession of, to my knowledge, the book that we had. So we need to know if the Silenced lost it, or we need to know if there's more than one copy of this thing. And I don't know anybody in the Silence except for Shade. So we're meeting soon at night, in a few days.
What makes you think they're going to tell you the truth?
Well, they made an offer to me, I suppose, to join them. So if nothing else, they're willing to have a discussion. And even if they decide not to have a conversation, well, you beat them once. I don't suppose we could do it again.
Fuck. There's a way to increase our chances of whether or not Shade is telling the truth. Man.
I don't think they'll like Zone of Truth. You kind of know it's there.
No.
No, you do. You get a weird little tingle, I think.
There's something else. And I should have told you a couple days ago, but I've been trying to figure out how.
Echo, where are you going with this?
Echo, I swear by the stars, watch your next words carefully.
I don't like what any of you have to say tonight.
And I pull out slowly the coin that marks my membership in the Silence.
Do I know what this means?
I don't think that you would.
Okay.
This grants me. This means that I have access to the Silence.
How did you get your hands on that?
Access?
Membership.
Did you
Why
take
did
it,
you
or was it given to you?
It was given.
Son of a bitch.
Why did you say access, Echo?
It looks bad. But I need you to trust that my loyalties do not lie with these people. They are a means to everything that I've told you. And I'll leave it there.
Really,
I can
really
can-
quickly. Really quickly.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Where is this conversation taking place?
in private.
In one of your rooms?
I would like to think I've brought them all into one of our rooms, my own,
Can-
if I need to.
Go ahead and just pick whose room it is in.
Mine. I called the
Okay.
meeting.
Go ahead. Perfect. Continue.
We're trying to find out what Shade knows and whether or not they will be lying to us. And if I can find whoever I can talk to here in Wolfcrest, we can compare.
This, aside from everything that Devereaux and Kiri have said, does Finley know much about the silence?
Roll history with advantage.
Ooh, I'm good at history. Okay, not that good. I changed myself. Fuck it. Can I use an advantage?
Oh yeah, of course. You've got 3.
Okay, so I'll take the 17.
Oh yeah. You are aware of the silence. In fact, you're aware of the silence because of Zytheria. Zytheria has told you a lot about the silence, particularly because she is a part of the Divine Covenant, or does work for the Divine Covenant. And Divine Covenant and the silence are often at odds with each other simply because of, not because one thinks the other is evil or anything like that, but they are often in conflicting missions, since the Divine Covenant is generally about sort of free will of mortals against that of the gods, and the silence is generally about, you would know that they think that it is their mission to root out corruption at its core, and to remove power from those who would abuse it, to make others' lives worse. With that 17, you would know that the silence is a large, massive, sprawling organization with different factions and sects within it, and that they are not always in line with each other. They do not always agree on, it's sort of like, imagine like Christianity. There's different ones to believe different things about what they're doing. Some of them are just plain old assassins. Some of them are like the ones that you all met in the caves, that they are cultists and hardcore believe in serving the Whispered One. And it just depends. There's a lot of interfacing with thieves guilds generally. Yeah, that's what you would know. Oh, and you would know that the silence is often used as like a bogeyman or like a scapegoat of sorts. For sometimes like, oh, if you know, not many people know who they are, but yeah, there you go. That's what you would know.
Echo.
Yeah.
Don't know why I didn't think this before. I'm going to ask, because at the end of the day, we are still travel companions. Can I cast Zone of Truth?
Yeah.
GM, are you okay with that?
Yep. It will get all of you though. Will the others? Do you want to roll, or we all both willingly fail? Deborah,
I'm
Kieran?
failing.
I'm good to fail.
I'm failing.
I'll fail.
What's your spell save DC?
16 charisma.
Deborah, would you like to roll?
It's alright.
Okay.
Echo, you're failing? Or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm failing.
Let's try this one more time. Why are you part of the silence?
The silence is a means to an end. My loyalties lie to my mother. They are a tool, but I've made some wonderful connections.
Where do her loyalties lie?
There's a little bit of watering going on in his eyes, which I really wish that I could do, but I can't. As far as I know, they're to me. But I don't know. Not anymore.
Not doing this to be cruel. Has anything you said been a lie since we met you? To us?
A lie by omission, yes. But I thought I was just protecting my interests, not to harm.
But you haven't lied outright.
Never.
I have a lot more questions.
You don't
But
have
not
to
here.
cast this. You don't
Not
have to
here or now.
cast.
No.
You don't have to cast the zone of truth for those.
That's all I need for now.
There's a knock at the door.
I'll get it.
Kiri, standing there is a familiar face. This person
dear.
is short, with sandy blonde hair, bright eyes. It's Devereaux's father.
Hello, Clark.
Howdy. I need to talk with my kiddo. Quick sec.
Sure, give me a quick sec. Dev. Clark is here to see you.
What?
I'm just as confused as you are right now.
Finley, is that Zone of Truth spell still up?
It would be. That was a quick Q&A. Is he within 15 feet?
Sure. Let me have this Deva roll. It's a natural 17.
I just mean, Okay, so Kiri's telling the truth then.
Oh yes, Kiri is telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth, yeah.
I'll run over to the door. What do you mean my...
Hey,
Dad's
Devereaux.
What are you doing here?
Gert said he wanted to talk to me.
What do you mean, Gert? Wow, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
I feel pretty alright. Did I tell you took down another dragon?
Yeah, look, Dad, why don't we talk in my room? This is... we were having a group discussion. This is Finley, and I'll motion to Finley. And this is Echo.
Howdy.
Yeah, okay, come on. Alright. Kiri, I just want you to know, I hate your plan. I think it's terrible, but just let me know what to do. And I will leave for my
What's
bedroom.
the plan?
Thank you.
We're not here to talk about that.
Do you need help?
Dad. No.
Are you sure? Because I can help.
I don't doubt you can't come.
Would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
A celestial.
Because
A very powerful celestial is standing right in front of you.
I have questions, but you all have fun.
I will give an incredulous look at you on my way out the door.
At who?
At Finley. And go to my room.
Gertrude, such a nice little halfling. Are you two, an
Dad, I
item?
can't tell you. Honestly, Dad, I have no idea. We're really good friends. How's that?
Well, you know.
Dad, look, I'll sit down I'll sit on the bed.
He'll sit next to you.
I was worried about you.
Why, kiddo?
I met the most interesting person the other day.
Oh.
Lich.
Oh, those are nasty. Oof.
Yeah.
Bad business.
Yeah, really. They're raising a whole undead army, and
you know,
it's
Lich
bad
is kinda
business.
lich.
No.
What?
See, the problem with this one is they're intent on killing all the gods, Dad.
Come on. You think if the gods could be killed, they'd all be still alive?
Mm-hmm. For now.
Besides, sometimes gods die. What do you think happened to the god of humans? Totally dead.
The god of who?
Of humans.
What?
Yeah,
There's no god of humans.
there used to be.
Dad,
He who was.
Dad,
What?
quit. If I need you to take this seriously.
I
okay?
am being serious.
Okay. They told me to check on you. Specifically.
The Lich told you to check on me?
Yes.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I was worried.
That's really creepy.
Well, you're not dead, so that's great.
Nope, but I am dead. Get it? You look stronger. He like pats your arms. Since I last saw you.
Oh. There's something else I need your help with.
Oh. Anything I can do to help.
Okay. And I'll start undressing.
Okay.
Taking my shirt off.
Sure. All right.
And I'll point to my back.
Oh, Devereaux, look at those cute little feathers. Are you turning into a chicken?
That's what I thought. But seriously, what the hell is this?
Oh, well, when a halfling and a celestial love each other very much,
Oh my god.
sometimes they have offspring. Did your mom have the birds and the bees talk with you? Do I need to do
Dad.
that?
Dad, I know how sex works.
Good.
But what does that have to do with these? And I'll just like pull off.
Hey, don't do that. That
Some
probably
of it.
hurts. Don't do that.
Oh, it doesn't feel great, but what does it have to do with this?
It means that you've got a divine soul.
Wow, thanks. I feel like that's the closest thing to a compliment I've gotten from a family member ever.
It's not a reflection of who you are. It's just a reflection of who you are on the inside, deep down. No, but well, you ever notice that you were different from your mother and your sister? Like very different.
All the time. All the time.
Fortunately,
So
you're a
did
bit.
she.
I'm sorry about that. Your mother and I did not end on the best of terms. Sometimes love works and sometimes it hurts. A lot. And sometimes people don't love you for who you are, but who they want you to be.
So then they don't really love you.
Well, that's sad to think about.
Look, I didn't call you here to have a discussion about the merits of family relationships. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And also, what the hell have you been doing?
I'm always okay. I've lived for a long time. I'm always
One of
alright.
these days, you're not.
Then when it's my time, it's my time.
Are you gonna let me know?
When I die, I mean, if I can. Devereaux, you're doing just fine on your own. You've never needed me. Sorry I wasn't there
Never.
for you, but
That's why I haven't needed you.
yeah, I know.
There's gotta be a better way of communicating.
I mean, I can put messages in your head. But I wanted to see your face.
Maybe every now and then that wouldn't be such a bad plan.
Maybe not.
I'm learning the magic thing.
That makes me happy.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You'll figure it out. It's all in here, and he'll pat your chest. Right there.
Maybe someday I can send you a message.
That'll be the day. Sure, you and your friends don't need any help on your daring dooley plan?
Not this time, Dad.
Alright.
Um,
Probably best let you kids do whatever it is you're gonna do anyway. Oh, I heard on the Angel Waves that y'all have yourselves a fancy new name.
Man, word gets around quick.
You'd be surprised.
Especially because I'm pretty sure the Lich coined that name for us.
I mean, it was just yesterday, so.
I have one more question for you, Dad.
Anything, Devereaux?
Does Evandra hold grudges?
Ooh. Depends.
Depends on...
The grudge?
So yes. So let's say someone unwittingly insulted a high priest.
Ouches. What did you do that for?
In my defense, they were being kind of an ass.
Well, sure. Lots of people are.
Do you think I should be worried?
Could always pray about it. She doesn't really take my calls anymore, otherwise I'd put in a good word for you.
So what you're telling me is I've already got a strike against me.
She doesn't, well... I don't think she would be holding it against you.
Okay.
Look, you know, my father wasn't really around either. He died when I was... right after I was made.
Right, celestial being. Who was Granddad?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Oh, God. Okay. That's a 19.
You see, when two deities love each other a little bit, and they have a love child, and then one of them is struck down by his archangel.
Is there more to that story?
I mean, he's not exactly around anymore. Told you gods die sometimes. Can't even say his name anymore.
You're kidding. That sounds made up.
I mean, everything's made up. He and Evandra always had a thing.
Sorry, that's just a... I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah, I probably should not have told you all that, but here I am. You asked, just saying.
One of these days, I'll learn when to not ask questions.
If you're my kid, I sincerely doubt it. I mean, you are my kid. I don't know why I said if. You're my kid.
I'd ask how you got here so quickly, but I feel like I want to leave the mystery on that one. Just for a little while longer.
Alright. I'll keep my secrets. Anything else, kiddo?
I'm glad to see you, Dad.
Glad to see you too.
And I will go in for a big sappy hug.
Oh, he will return it with all of the warmth of his deva-ness. Proud of you, kiddo.
Just wait. I'm just getting started.
I know. Well, I'm gonna go head out, but I'll find you something that lets you contact me a little bit faster than a letter to Gertrude. Though she is a nice lady. I'm just saying.
I just don't think she'll like being the intermediary.
That's fair.
But thanks for coming.
See you, kiddo.
See ya.
And he heads out. Leaving you, there, Devereaux. However, this is not the only visitor that you received tonight. That Death's Keepers receives tonight. As Clark is leaving, each of you gets a chill down your spine. Finley, you feel a presence in the hallway, even though you are in the room.
How's my headache doing?
It's fine. Do you investigate?
Yeah.
You open the door and you notice that even though it is nighttime, there is a dark shadow in the hallway. Something that seems to emanate darkness. There she stands. Cytharia Calcrest. In the hallway. Her pupilless red eyes glowing as she looks right at you. Except this is not exactly the same Cytharia that you know. She's taller now, maybe stronger. Her horns have grown. Her hair is long, and her fine robes, which she usually keeps quite immaculate, are in tatters. Her armor hanging off in pieces. She looks like she should be standing on a last leg, as if she has just left some unimaginable horror. She stares at you with a blank face. Not her normal peppy self. Finley. Death's Keepers. We need to talk. And that's where we're going to end today's session. Thanks for hanging in there an extra 15 minutes with me.
Woo!
Go ahead and sign off. Who wants to start us off?
Hi, my name is Kappa. I also go by Christian in the TTRPG space. I'm just going to take it first from now on so that we don't have to deal with these dances anymore. You can find me on Twitter at the Kappa Chris. Today I played Echo Venser Massier. Yeah, so Twitter at the Kappa Chris, where you can find me nerding out about redemption and other nerdy stuff. Saturdays, you can find me on this same channel, 5:30 p.m. PST, playing Verve, another shifty sad boy. And on Wednesday nights, you can find me on Kevin Kudo's channel, twitch.tv/KCOUTOVA, where we play Dungeons and Dragons skinned as Star Wars for, just for shiggles with a bunch of amateur voice actors. Well, they're talented. They're wonderful. They're wonderful people. But yeah, Twitter is where I post most of my projects and content. So again, at the Kappa Chris. Favorite part about this session? Oh man, it just kept coming. They just kept, the favorite moments kept. You know what? There was a choice that really made it so that all of these wonderful, really cool moments could happen, and it was Camilla's choice to speed us through travel. That's my favorite. I love it. No, Heart, you too. That's it. That's me.
Hi, I'm Ren, and I'm going second today. Man. If you want to find me on the internet, you can check me out on Twitter or Twitch at Thorny Dryad. I stream RPGs, I stream spooky games on Saturdays, etc., etc. I am also involved in a podcast called Roads Uncharted, in which I am a voice of a character called 8. The podcast can be found on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. We're currently taking our second season. We're currently recording our second season, so you can go ahead and check out our past content for season 1 and look forward to our new stuff. My favorite part about today, am I forgetting anything else I'm in? I don't think so. My favorite part about today is probably, I liked the campfire exchange between our two new traveling companions, Finley and Echo, where they're figuring it out. But I don't know. I thought it was powerful.
I'll go next if that's okay. Hi, I'm Eva. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Evasariate and Twitch at Evasariate. I have a variety of random wild projects. There are a couple still unlocked one-shots coming up. And a Dark 5e Underdark campaign every other Saturday. My favorite part is a bit of a cheat, and I'm sorry, but it is easily being part of such a group that I trust and feel so comfortable in that I can have vulnerable moments like 80% of this session, and I appreciate every single one of them.
You're right, that is a little bit of a cheat, but you know what? I'll take it. Take it away, Alex.
I think that does leave me. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I had the distinct joy of playing Kiri tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Axolotl Cure, and the only other thing I have going on right now is that I've run a game of Numenera, which is a science fantasy role-playing game that takes place on Earth 1 billion years in the future. This game starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday nights. We have 2 sessions left in this first season before we take a break for the holidays. And come tune in and watch that, because I am going to be very excited. It features some of the lovely people you see on screen before you, like Kappa. And as of just recently, Eva has also graced us with her presence as a guest, for which we are very grateful. And yes, that is all I'm working on right now. I have to say, being a little bit self-indulgent, my favorite part was 50 feet of silk rope, and I will not be taking questions on that.
Stop taking my things!
50 Shades of Rope.
Hi, I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find the channel on Twitter at Open4Adventure. Give us a follow here and a follow there. Follow everywhere. A subscribe if you can. If not, coming on our Discord. It's a barrel of fun. I do lots of stuff for Open for Adventure. You can just find me there. Yeah. My favorite part. Oh God. My favorite part was getting the questions about the 50 feet of rope and having to hold my fucking face, waiting for it to happen. That was terrible. Don't ever do that to me again. Oh, that took so long. No, well, I think, yeah. And tied for second place was Deborah saying they thought they were turning into a chicken. Oh, bless. Love them. Oh, D-Sword16, you're a gem. I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to our Worm Fuzzy Patreon patrons. They are Bel Chavez and
Bel Chavez,
Christina, and Gilmaster Sev,
wait,
Sev,
Rick O,
Rico,
Deborah,
Deborah,
Gamer Lives with a 1 and a 3,
Gamer
and PJ. Whoop, 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 whoop.
J.
Thank you so much for supporting us and letting us do what we love to do, which is to give you amazing content. If you would like to see specifically content regarding Dust Keepers, you can become a Roleplay Addiction subscriber and see the last Roleplay Addiction that Eva took part in with the lovely Nia. Well, me playing Nia. It was a good time. Lots of spicy content. Thistle Bridges. That's such a great name. Perhaps you'll see some more Fade to Black moments coming on our Patreon soon. Who knows? Until then,
what are they doing to our Patreon?
What?
I don't know. You said coming on our Patreon, and
Yeah.
that really confused me. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Maybe they're coming to our Patreon. Some more Fade to Black moments.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned is the message. Until then, don't forget to always love one another. And we will see y'all same time, same place next week on Dust Keepers. Bye, everybody.